Right quick, before we get into the video, I just want to say that I am sorry for the insane delay between uploads, but we're finally going to be getting back to the normal schedule, and I see no better way to kick that off than talking about how VShojo completely destroyed themselves overnight. And this isn't one of those scenarios where you're using overnight as an exaggeration, like maybe the company completely destroyed themselves over the course of 3 months, 2 months, maybe even a month. No. This is a situation where, depending on what time you go to sleep, you could have genuinely logged off for the night, went to bed, watching your favorite VTubers, and you wake up in the morning and the company that they were all signed to is in complete shambles. It looks like a war zone. Before it was a park where everyone's having fun, picnics and everything else, and now it's just nothing. There's only ash, fire, and no one left. But before I jump the gun here and get too ahead of myself, let's take a quick step back for the people that don't already know a ton about this situation. So starting off, if you don't know what VShojo is, it's basically just a talent agency that manages a bunch of different VTubers, and we're gonna find out later that I'm kind of saying manages in quotation marks because sure, they technically are managing them, but that's only if your definition of manages means manipulate and exploit. And for the VTuber part, if you don't know what a VTuber is, imagine a live streamer. Now imagine if the camera wasn't looking at them, but instead it was an anime girl on the screen. That's pretty much a VTuber. And now that we got the basics out of the way, we can finally get into it, and we're gonna be starting this off by talking about the person that really kind of kickstarted all of this. And that's of course not saying all of this is like 100% on her or anything like that, but she's basically just the person that really started the domino effect. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know who I'm gonna bring up here, but it's of course Iron Mouse. And for those of you that don't know who she is, not only was she basically the most popular VTuber for a while, she also broke the all-time sub record on Twitch at a point, so she's a pretty big creator. And this next part kind of sounds a bit messed up to say, but she's also kind of known for like the, I guess, disease that she has, but she has CVID, and I'm no doctor or anything, but it basically just means your immune system is absolute trash, and anything that anyone else would be able to defend against, you just can't. You'll get insanely sick off of basically any contact with really anything at all that hasn't been like thoroughly disinfected. And like I said, it sounds kind of messed up to say, but I promise I'm not saying it for no reason. This information plays a pretty big role in the video, and it's also a huge reason that she started streaming in the first place. But of course, with her having this disease and all, her streaming ended up being able to help with that a ton, so she's of course pretty passionate about trying to help other people in a situation like hers, and one of the big charities she's working with to do that is the IDF, Immune Deficiency Foundation. And not only did this company completely screw over basically all of their talents, but also the charity that they were supposed to be donating to as well. And we're going to be taking a quick look at a clip of her putting it in her own words as of what happened.
I am leaving VShojo. Unfortunately, I recently found out that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by VShojo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from VShojo. I know that this is a lot, and it's very important for me to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold. So one day, I will be able to tell you the full story.
So basically, like what I just said a second ago, not only are they not paying their talents themselves, but it looks like they're overdue about $500,000 in donations to charity. And I don't know if you quite caught that, but I did not say $500. It was actually, in fact, $500,000. That's not some small amount that you can just brush off. Oh, hey, we were meant to donate that to charity, but who knows where it went. We know it didn't go to them, but come on, man, don't get your pennies in a bunch over, you know, a little bit of money. That's $500,000. And honestly, this was really just the nail in the coffin for me. I'm like, okay, companies not paying their employees or whatever, like, it's been heard of, not really to this extent. Some of them have been like missing money for over a year, but I'm like, whatever, it's kind of been heard of. But, and don't get it confused, just because I'm saying it's been heard of doesn't mean I'm saying it's okay. This really just seals it. I don't understand why these companies can't just do the right thing. It seems like none of them realize that the way to succeed, or, well, I'm actually not gonna say the way to succeed is solely doing the right things, because there's basically no successful megacorp out there that only does the right thing, but you at least have to do the right thing every now and then. You can't just only be evil. Every company that's ever failed has basically done that. Unless you're the Sinister Six or something, then maybe you can thrive off of purely evil, but they're not even necessarily a company. But I just truly don't see what's so hard about just doing the right thing. If you've been donated money for a cause, give the money to said cause. Give it to whoever it goes to. Why would you be pocketing it or doing anything else with it? But before I get myself too upset on how stupid corpos are, we're gonna take a look at another clip of her explaining a bit more in depth about her backstory, and Asmongold is also here because I guess he gives some good points, and it's also the easiest clip I could find, so let's watch it.
I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends. I was very lonely due to the fact that I have a primary immune deficiency disease called CVID.
And see, that's the reason why she cares a lot about it, is because this is a charity that benefits her, and she's raising money to help cure people that have her problem.
I basically
this isn't like
have
some abstraction.
a low to near non-functioning immune system, which means I get sick a lot, and it caused me to remain isolated for long periods of my life.
Yep.
So then I found streaming, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make some friends online, because
Smart.
I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind. I just thought that I would stream to, you know, 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life. In my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss,
I can relate.
no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like
Corona gave a
there
huge
was
boost.
no
Yeah, it
way
did.
that anyone would ever take me or want me. For a while, I was struggling to make a decision because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid about trusting people.
That's another reason why VTubers are being more popular, is because people just want to stay anonymous. They don't want to have like weirdos getting involved and trying to, like, you know, interfere and get into their real life.
Now, you know what? After hearing her story again for another time, because I already knew it, but just hearing it again makes me kind of go back on what I said earlier. Maybe that's actually their goal. Maybe they're secretly trying to operate the Sinister Six here, because I don't see how you could take a story like this and a person that at least seems this nice and literally everything she's done, basically since she started streaming, has signaled that she's a very nice, genuine person. I don't see how you could see someone like that and just say, yup, time to take complete advantage of them every chance we get. What? Like, why would that even be a reasonable thought process? Top 10 ways to be as evil as possible. Number 10, like, what are we doing here? But going back to the clip for a second, one of the things said there was a lot of people become VTubers because even though they might want to be popular, make money, make friends, or whatever reason they want to decide to become some sort of content creator, they also really want to remain anonymous. And this especially goes for a lot of female creators because a lot of them tend to get like a really weird crowd towards them that'll basically do anything they can to try to find them in person, dox them, and everything like that. And we're also going to find out a bit later in the video that this company didn't even really uphold their promise of keeping their anonymity. And if anything, in some scenarios, they literally went out of their way to destroy or ruin it. But but moving on with the clip, she goes on to explain some of the evil practices that this company would use, with mainly gaslighting and a few other blatant manipulation tactics.
I would always be told how important I was for the company.
Well, she is. She was she was the face of VShojo by far.
I was told that I was needed in order for the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt-tripped into signing. I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But
just emotional manipulation. That's all it is. It's plain and simple, like flat out. It's really not complex at all. Straight up emotional manipulation. Oh, well, we can't do this. Or, you know, it's like, if you leave, we're going to shoot the dog. Like, okay, well, what the f, right?
I really don't even have much to say to that clip that you couldn't really pick up on yourself. This is insane behavior to have. And Asmongold really made a great comparison of basically you leave and we shoot the dog, and it's pretty much just shifting all the blame over to them if they were to do something that really shouldn't have that much pressure or that much of a detrimental effect on everyone else. And it's really bad here because they're clearly just heavily taking advantage of how nice of a person she is. They could probably immediately pick up on that she cares a lot about other people, and they just immediately take advantage of that by basically holding that against her in any way possible whenever they see fit. Oh, hey, you want to do this said thing here that we don't like? Well, just think about what that would do to everyone else. You know you're basically our star player. Do you really want to destroy everyone else's career? Like, what? What's going on here? This sounds like some stereotypical cartoon villain dialogue. But Asmon goes on to, I guess, kind of try to explain what's possibly going on with the contracts and why it would ever, or really shouldn't, end up in any scenario where an entire year has passed and you haven't gotten your money.
Explain. So net means like that you're gonna pay that money in, like, net 30, you're gonna get paid in 30 days. Net 90, you're gonna get paid in 90 days, right? And so like a 6-month period, that's ridiculous. But I could still chalk that up to just very bad business practices and not malice. Beyond 6 months, now we're having a problem. I've never heard of a 360. Yeah. Well, now they're getting the red ring of death.
This entire situation has broken me. I just wanted to do something good and to give back to a community that helped me. But unfortunately,
I think we need to figure out where the money went. Like, that's what really matters, right? Because, like, that's $500,000. That's a lot of money, guys. Where'd it go? Is it donated? Why isn't it donated? What happened? Like, that's the big issue. She's gonna be fine. They're gonna give the money back. They're gonna have to give the money back or it's fraud. They're gonna have to donate it. It'll happen for sure. Until they post like a financial fucking proof and the Immune Deficiency Foundation comes out and says, yes, we received this money. Bro, people can never let them forget this. This is $500,000. That's think about how much money that is. That's insane.
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and get too much into the legality of this. If you want to get into that, you can go watch Legal Mindset's video on this. But, like I said earlier, this is an insane amount of money, and I'm sure I don't need to tell you that, so it's completely within reason to see some sort of, like, heavy legal action be taken against them. So, unless they come out and just basically cave in and give everyone what they're owed immediately, which, seeing their history of how stupid they are, I don't think that's gonna happen. They're gonna be looking at some pretty serious legal action here, because not only are you missing $500,000 that was meant to go to charity, but several of these creators haven't properly been compensated for their work in 6 months to even a year.
And everybody has quit. Oh my fucking God. So literally every single person, oh my God, they're all leaving. TBA, yeah, I guess they're probably waiting. They're gonna stream to talk about it. Yeah, rip all the talents. Yeah, there we go.
This pretty much goes into what I said earlier, that's really just pointing out how this really just started the domino effect. Basically, everyone that was with this company has either already quit or plans on quitting soon, like very soon, within the next like week or two max. And this really goes for damn near literally everybody. Even if you're somehow someone in this company that miraculously wasn't affected by this at all, you still wouldn't want to work for a company that is known for what these guys are known for, which is just blatantly taking advantage of and exploiting pretty much all of your talents and then not donating to charity the money that you were given to donate to charity. No one wants to be associated with that. But honestly, what surprises me here isn't even the fact that everyone's leaving, because of course they are. The part that really gets me is how easily they are able to leave and really talk about the situations and everything that's going on with the company. Because usually with these different contracts with these VTubing agencies, it's typically less of an actual contract that you both kind of work together and more of a chokehold on everything that you can do. Usually their contracts have specific things in them, like you can't leave until this set time, and whenever you do leave, you can't say a singular thing about what happened in the company, good or bad, for the next 5 years or some shit like that. So I'm kind of just surprised that they're all just leaving and really coming out and talking about their situations. And even if there is something like that in the contract, I feel like it'd still kind of be fine, because if they're literally all doing it, I don't think it'd be that much of a problem or they'd face that much trouble. It's kind of like if there's 50 people on the road and they're all going over the speed limit, it's kind of hard for the cops to, you know, arrest all of them. So if you're committing money fraud and not paying your talents and they all leave, even if it's a breach of contract, it doesn't seem like they'd be facing much trouble either way. But moving on, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of another one of the very popular talents of VShojo, Kei-san, pretty much having a, I guess like a mini interview with the CEO. I'm also pretty sure this is just the CEO for the JP side of VShojo. They have like the English branch and the Japanese branch or whatever, so I don't know how much he technically has to do with the English branch, but he is still one of the CEOs of the company, so I'm not really gonna go that easy on him just because he's not technically watching over the English branch or whatever.
First of all, I was already planning to leave VShojo this month. Specifically, on the 31st. Because, VShojo hasn't paid a significant amount of money, to me too.
っていうところはあったんですけれども、
So did you just say that VShojo JP itself was doing good?
そうですね。
In finances too?
そうですね。
You haven't paid me.
Just off the jump here, I really want to say how surprising it is that the CEO even got on this call to start with. Usually when something like this happens, everyone in like any position of power is basically just hiding away. They're not going to publicly talk to anyone. They'll only release like responses on whatever platform they release that on, and that's basically it. I'm just baffled that he's even here, and even being honest as well. She's sitting here interrogating him, and I'm not even going to really use that word. She's just asking him questions normally. You know, it's not like she's digging too deep or anything, and he's folding under no pressure, just giving her the exact answers, which really just make everything that much more damning.
I quit VShojo today.
はい。
VShojo 辞めます、今日。
はい。
はい。31日予定でしたけど、今日辞めます。I quit. This is very wrong. ローさん。
はい。
Very, very wrong. You're telling me that VShojo JP was doing good? Looked like, at least.
はい。
Doing good.
払っていたとしても、ケイソンに払っていたとしても大丈夫だったっていう感じですね。
You're telling me you could have paid me?
そういうことです。
Then where is it? Where is it? I want it now. Oh. Did you just die? What?
いや、
This is crazy. What he's basically agreeing to here, or really saying what happened, is the JP branch of VShojo is doing great, including financially, and they could have paid her, but they didn't, which is outrageous to say. I like that he's I guess being honest here, but man, it seems like they do have a reason for this though. It seems like they're trying to say that the JP branch was doing really good, including financially, but the English branch was kind of falling apart and not really that profitable, which I'm just not gonna believe that because they were racking in a ton of views and revenue. They were basically printing money. But even if that was the case, I just really don't understand that. That's almost saying like, let's say you work at Walmart or something, and there's also a Walmart down the street though that's doing great. They're bringing in customers, making a ton of money and everything like that, but your Walmart isn't doing the best. They're not getting the most business, so they just don't pay you. What? What are you talking about, man? Why is this like per location payment? What's going on here? And that'd also be completely ignoring the fact that even though the other branch is doing better, like I said, they're still raking in money. But for the most part, that's pretty much most of everything that's going on in this situation without going too in-depth and making the video like an hour and a half long. And just one last thing before I completely wrap the video up, I just want to toss in this little bit of Moist Critical talking about Iron Mouse's new, I guess, like fundraiser campaign for the IDF, since clearly VShojo is just holding that $500,000 for themselves. So I really just wanted to toss this in to show that at least some good is happening right now out of this, mainly because of the creators themselves, and also just in case on the off chance that someone here did actually want to go and support the cause.
Iron Mouse did a Tiltify link in the description, and that's been shared a lot from a lot of people that want to support because the charity that she was raising money for never saw the money that she earned for them. And since this blew up, the Tiltify link has exploded, and over $600,000 is being donated to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which I think is very, very nice. I think that is great.
And with that said, as scummy as the topics were in this video, at least we can end on a good note. I'm gonna have Iron Mouse's Tiltify linked in the description, and I also just wanted to let you guys know, in Moist Critical's video, it was at about $600,000, which is already insanely good, but when I just went to check as of making this video, at this point, it's almost at $1.2 million. So whoever donated to that and anyone that's supporting this in any sort of way, just a huge shout out to you, because it is great to see every once in a while that people can come together and do something good. But with that said, that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.